die as tears roll out your eyes. And now the hardest part is the fall. I know the wounded knees watch you cry. Bodily die as tears roll out your eyes. When I close my eyes, I still see you looking back at me, and I don't know what to do.
My daughter Stephanie is holding auditions for WWE Films' latest project. Now remember, the E in WWE stands for entertainment. And landing a leading role might open some doors for you, including main event matches, and the chance to compete for the championship. I strongly advise you to take advantage of this opportunity.
All right, player. I'm gonna give you and your ex-partner one match to blow off some steam. But whatever happens, this thing is settled after the match, you hear me? I've got some big plans for you involving a silver screen. You feel me?
With Judgment Day behind us, I cannot wait. My favorite time of the year, because the build to the Great American Bash begins tonight. This is Michael Cole here with John Bradshaw Layfield, and it sounds like some of our superstars are looking to become movie stars.
Well, that's sports entertainment for you, but you can't ignore the competitive aspect of the business.
Especially if you're this man, whose ex-partner has blamed him for the injury that put him on the shelf.
If you're not looking out for friends, you're making enemies. He's going to learn that tonight.
With all the talk about WWE Films' latest project, we're hearing that this superstar might be our next leading man.
Yeah, well, he better stop thinking about Hollywood and start thinking about this match, or he'll be seeing stars instead of becoming one.
Troubles my drug takes me higher and higher. Turn up the music.
Now that I have everybody's attention, I would just like to remind you that I weigh in tonight at 246 pounds. I hail from Green Bay, Wisconsin, Mr. Kennedy! Kennedy!
Step a little closer, close to my fire. Troubles my drug takes me higher and higher. Turn up the music, light up the crowd.
I think it's a real shame that he seems to be blaming his former partner for an injury that he had nothing to do with.
Listen, if he was supposed to be his partner, then he should have been watching his back.
Houston, Texas is home to Smackdown action tonight. I'm Michael Cole here with JBL at ringside, and what a show we've got for you tonight.
Absolutely. After tonight, Houston's never going to know what hit it.
You've got that right, partner. The Space City loves Smackdown, and the superstars are not going to let them down.
Look at that. Pandering to the crowd.
Nothing wrong with keeping the paying customers happy while you build some momentum. I don't think anyone in
You got to be careful when you're going up there.
Here it is. He's building up a head of steam, and he's about to let his opponent have it.
And if his opponent is smart, he'll get the hell out of there. And there's the counter. He made his opponent look like a chump with that counter.
This superstar is all fired up, and so is this capacity crowd.
Yeah, well, one mistake and we're going to see that fire put out pronto. He's 3 seconds away from victory.
Look at that. That's going to go over big with the fans and build some momentum at the same time.
You got to watch out for your opponent when they're getting fired up like this.
Oh, would you look at this? Talk about arrogant. It's sickening.
I think it's great. That's not arrogance, that's confidence, and that's what wins matches. These fans have got something they want to share with us.
That's their right. They paid for their tickets after all. There are a lot of superstars in the back who'd like to shut Ken Kennedy's mouth once and for all.
There's a huge difference between wanting to do that and being able to pull it off. Man, this crowd is really...
Top rope moves can win or lose you the match. There's very little middle ground.
There's no doubt in my mind that Mark Henry is the world's strongest man. The power of this guy is absolutely incredible.
It's downright scary is what it is. We've seen Mark Henry absolutely destroy his opponents, and I hope we're not going to see more of the same tonight.
Anyone who gets in the ring with Mark Henry knows
he could pin his opponent right here. He anticipated that move perfectly.
Man, I don't want this match to end.
I'm with you, partner, but it's got to end sooner or later.
Well, whichever way it goes, no one can say that these superstars didn't give it everything they got. Man, this one's turned into a fight, pure and simple.
We knew it was going to be intense. We knew it was going to be physical. But I don't think anyone was prepared for this.
I gotta admit, it took me by surprise, and that doesn't happen often.
That's an understatement. You've been in hundreds of matches in your career. We've both called hundreds more. We usually have a pretty good idea of what to expect, but not this time.
I guess it just goes to show you anything can happen here in the WWE.
He wasted no time going for that pin. Each of these competitors is looking for the slightest hint of weakness in the other.
That's the law of the jungle. An injured superstar is like a wounded animal. It's survival of the fittest.
And that also means that if you're not at 100%, you've got to be able to hide it from your opponent.
That's absolutely right. This business is as psychological as it is physical. You can't let your opponents think you're easy pickings.
Well, I wouldn't consider any of these superstars to be easy pickings, no matter how beaten up they get.
Look at these superstars go. It's obvious that
the adrenaline is pumping. The crowd is coming alive. This is what they came to see.
Hey, try to restrain yourself a little bit, okay? You're supposed to be calling this down the middle. It's so great seeing these superstars in competition here tonight. I had a feeling they were going to wind up against each other sooner or later.
There were times when it seemed like it wasn't going to happen, but I can't tell you how glad I am that it did.
That's for sure. You know, anytime you throw these kind of combustible elements into a match, you're guaranteed a great show.
And that's exactly what we're seeing here tonight.
He dodged that bullet.
We're hearing the First Amendment in action here tonight.
I'm all for freedom of expression, whether I agree with what you're saying or not.
I hope this isn't the last time we see these superstars face off.
I don't say this too often, but I completely agree with you. This has all the makings of a nice, long rivalry.
I don't know how nice it is, but there are certainly some issues between these superstars, and I think this match might only exasperate them.
Hey, watch your language. This is a family show.
I said exasperate. Oh, never mind.
He's going for the pin.
1, 2, 3.
This capacity crowd is certainly...
He might have returned from injury only to find himself on the shelf again.
Well, if that's true, he'll know exactly who to blame this time.
It's a shame it had to come to this, but he did bring it upon himself.
The first rule of challenging someone is you better make sure you beat them.
And it looks as if that's a lesson he had to learn the hard way.
You never learn anything when things are going your way. Maybe that will smarten him up.
For my every